do in the world, and what's your fun fact?
Okay, cool. So I'm Frances Muir from Hawaii, live on the North Shore. I just started an organization called Empowered Wahine, and the whole purpose of that group is to empower women entrepreneurs through community support and inspiration. So really being a place and a sounding board for entrepreneurs to get support. You know, there's hard times that everyone goes through, and from personal experience, it often feels like you're doing it alone. So to create a community around that, and then really celebrating women and all of our incredible achievements and all those little steps along the way, I think is super vital. And then my fun fact is I moved to Hawaii 12 years ago to learn to surf, and I love it.
Boom! Surfing is in the house. Frances, welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, from the North Shore. A dear friend from Hawaii is Mariah Brown, owner of...
I know her well. We actually just did Business Mastery together.
Yes, Mariah and I, and my significant other, Mona, and a dear friend, Pat Melson, we were just hiking on the Tony Robbins Lion Trip in the mountains of Sedona 2 weeks ago. Was hanging with Mariah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome.
Very cool.
And by the way, we're just all surfing with blind people crashing in waves in New Jersey and hurricanes. We'll come back to that later, Frances. So from one surfer to another, aloha, and awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, Peter.
It's hard choosing like the next awesome person. Let's go with Tiffany. Tiffany, who are you? Where are you from? What are you doing? And what's your fun fact? Oh, we haven't got you on audio, Tiffany.
Hi. So I'm sorry, say that one more time. What am I doing? Say it again.
Who are you? What are you doing in the world? Where are you doing it? And what's your fun fact?
Okay, hi. So my name is Tiffany Silver, and let's see, I am integrating people's body, mind, and spirit. I'm in Pacific Palisades, California. And my fun fact is that everything is energy. And if we work with the energy, we can transform all things. So that's my expertise, is to work the dynamics of energy and to bring people into a state of love and compassion and presence.
Tiffany, your loving energy is felt and present. So thank you for being here, and how about a fun fact?
Thank you for having me. It's nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
And how about a fun fact of yours?
Oh, a fun fact. Well, I mean, so gosh, you know, I don't think I have like a fun fact. I mean, let's see. I'm not quite sure I know how to answer that, because there's so many things to talk about. I mean, we can talk about energy. We can talk about, like, you know, hydration. Fun fact, here's a fun fact. Most of us are dehydrated. And so I will encourage everyone to up their water.
Everybody on the video at the same time.
And then, here's an addition. Add trace minerals. It will change your life. And do greens every day, and really like be aware of how much you're hydrating, and your ailments will start to disappear. Your energy will feel more cohesive. And so, yeah, drink water, add trace minerals. A lot of people don't know about trace minerals. So that's
trace minerals, fact. Tiffany, energy, integration, hydration is in the house, Tiffany.
And love.
And love is in the house. Peter.
I'm going to swap from water to oxygen. Fernando, good to see you again, brother.
You too, Peter, and everyone else. Thank you so much. My name is Fernando Lopez, calling in from Baja California, Mexico, about an hour south of San Diego. I've been a real estate investor since 2004, concentrated on landlording and cash flow. And fun fact, at Business Mastery about a month ago, I found a bigger reason to live, which is becoming a tree planter. And I figured it would be better to listening to Bill Gross talk about the 390,000 square miles of reforestation that could bring us to an earth how it used to be before our carbon footprint was so large as it is. So I figured that would be something worth living for. My life had been amazing already, and I was looking for a bigger meaning, and I found it.
You know, that's awesome. How about a fun fact, brother?
Fun fact. A fun fact is that my first beer was had when I was 24 years old.
Boom. A fun fact. That is awesome. So thank you, sir. Peter, how about you? Like, who are you? What are you up to in the world, brother? And like a fun fact, man. Like, what's happening?
So, my name is Peter Swain. I live in the UK, but I work on both UK and US time zones. For everybody that knows me, I'm probably awake before you. I'll probably go to sleep after you. I'm a digital guy. I've done about 1,250 digital projects. And I just got affectionately called by somebody else as a millionaire maker. And my response was, I thank you, but I don't think you're thinking large enough. My fun fact about myself today is that I once was selected as one of the dancers for one of London's largest nightclubs, only to be informed by the dance manager that I wasn't black.
Wow.
I don't even know what is happening on the Real Raw today, but that is an outstanding fun fact, Peter. Love you, man. So who's next?
Well, we're going to go from Tony Robbins' family to Unblinded family now, and we're going to go with Diana.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here. Fun is in the house. And I was born in South America. In Uruguay, I live in the East Coast now of the state in Pennsylvania. My company moved to Your Full Potential, and we teach people, train people in how to get out of their heads and into their bodies, align their hearts with their truths, get mindset clarity and training so they can accelerate their money, time, magic. And I'm so happy to be doing this with the Unblinded formula. I'm so happy to be here. Fun fact about me is that I was a street performer for 7 years. I was a standing statue, so I would stand perfectly still for 7 hours.
Oh, God.
Traveled the world doing that.
That is extraordinary, Diana. I had no idea. And another fun fact is, Diana, like a week ago Sunday, we were jumping into like storm-like conditions in the ocean in complete insanity. And like we were doing that together. And we were like hoping Peter would come from across the ocean and see us, but we did not see him.
So fun. That was exciting and scary. So that's the truth. Growth.
Well, Diana, it's a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah. Peter.
I'm almost going to achieve perfect boy girl intros here. I'm now going to go again. Well, I'm Blinded and Tony Robbins' family. I'm going with the one and only Mr. Orange. How you doing, Frank?
Peter, I'm doing fantastic. Welcome, everybody. My name is Frank Clark. I'm here in Tampa, Florida. I'm also known as Mr. Orange, and I am the CEO of 2 electronics equipment companies, as well as the founder of the Orange Crushing It movement, which is designed to help coach and bring out the best in everyone's drive, everyone's significance, everyone's enthusiasm. Also, understanding that contribution is the key to growth. A fun fact about me is that I snuck into Radio City Music Hall in New York City one time, snuck down to the stage area, got up on the stage, danced like a rockette to New York, New York, my rendition of singing it, and then snuck out without ever getting arrested.
Frank Clark, that is you, brother. Welcome, and long time listener.
And I also got my ass handed to me on a surfboard in Long Beach Island just 2 weeks ago.
Yes, we were having a lot of fun, and Frank, you're amazing. So thank you. Peter, by the way, if you were there, would you have gone surfing?
Well, Sean, if you remember on the last call we're on, I told you the next call we're on, I promised I'd tell you about me going surfing.
Please.
So I'm going to be quick because we want to make sure we stay on time. But when I went surfing once in Newquay, and it was quite big waves, and I paddled out as you do, and I sat on the board, and someone said, "Are you going?" I'm like, "No, I'm waiting for the right wave." And somebody else came out and said, "Are you going? You're waiting for the right wave." I was there for 3 hours before someone came out and said, "Can you actually surf?" And I went, "Absolutely not. I've never done it before in my life." I'm like, "But answer me one question." He went, "What's that?" I went, "Is everybody on that beach talking about me?" He went, "Yeah, they're all waiting." I thought so. Brilliant. So me and surfing have not yet gone together. I don't quite have the body kind of mass for kind of the jump up. Like it's not quite there yet, but to be done. So I would have gone, and I'd have been absolutely horrific and had lots of fun.
Be amazing. So who else do we have in the house for today? Are we complete?
I'm going to go to Maria next. If you come off mic, how are you doing?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Maria de Luz. I'm Venezuelan. And what am I doing? I'm life coach, and I sell online courses online. Yeah, like one fun fact, I don't talk so much English. Like I talk, but sometimes I don't understand some words. So that's a really fun fact.
Great, thank
So
you.
also I sell, like I have books and I sell online courses.
Amazing. And what's your book that you are most proud of, Maria?
The first one, the name, like everything is in Spanish.
Yeah, so tell us, please.
The first one, the name is If Only Someone Were Told Me. And it's about finding the purpose and understand the emotions and all these things.
Well, Maria, beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate that. And welcome. Peter.
Thank you so much.
This is truly an eclectic group. We've got Hawaii, Venezuela. We're all over the shop today. The UK.
Yeah.
D. Rush, where are you from, sir?
Unfortunately, New York, a little less exotic, but Bayside, Queens, which is a little more exotic than New York these days. And great to be here. I'm committed to transforming the way the world communicates, corporate level. I do that with executives, professionals, how they show up, executive presence to sales and negotiations, and then on a personal level, having people really unleash their true inner communication, their power, and creating influence and impact in their lives. And fun fact, I'm all over the place because I'm about to finish a gallon of water in day one of the 75 hard challenge. But I also wanted to connect to Diana because I was a street performer at one time with a free hug sign, and I worked on a project around free hugs out in public, and that was a magical experience too. So there's a lot of things whirling around for me today.
Welcome, brother.
And then, Sean, last but not least, it's you. Sean, who are you? What are you doing in the world? Where are you doing it? And what's your fun fact?
Yes, my name is Sean Callagy. I am in northern New Jersey, often in southern New Jersey and around the world. I had the privilege of being a lion in Tony Robbins' Platinum Partnership organization. And because of Tony Robbins, a quick fun fact, about 3 weeks ago, 2.5 now perhaps, I jumped out of an airplane, not knowing, waking up that morning that I would be doing so. So we were like, yeah, there, and we're flying. And all of a sudden we're like, all right, we're jumping out of a plane. So that's a quick fun fact. Another fun fact is that I'm a blind guy that has taught blind people to surf in the last month as well. So it's been a busy month, Peter. What I'm up to in the world is co-creating simple, fun, and magical micro distinctions in frictionlessness that free exponential abundance for people in their money, time, and magic. Hyperbolic statement, it may sound like, and it's not. Yeah, influence is a superpower. Knowing what to do with it is like what's up and where it's at. And 23 years ago, when I learned that, it changed my life and made me financially free. And I want to give that back to the world. So Peter, back to you. And that's why we're here on the Unblinded Real Raw today. So thank you, sir.
Beautiful, Sean. Thank you for everything you're doing. I mean, you and I met, it's probably a year ago now. It's getting that way. And I think that what I've learned from yourself and Unblinded and from what I've learned from Tony Robbins, they're so complementary. They sit so well together, and they multiply each other in such beautiful ways. So thank you for doing what you're doing. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And I couldn't ever thank Tony Robbins enough for everything he's done for my life, from when I learned from him at a distance and Awaken the Giant Within starting 23 years ago, which caused me to quit my job and start my own law firm. And it was a crazy journey all the way to being in his house just a short time ago as a part of the Lions, and the incredible interventions and feedback I was privileged to get from him directly. Unbelievable, man. Purpose, mission, it's what we're all here for. So Peter, let's have some fun today.
Let's do it. So Sean, what are the rules? How are we doing it?
Yes. So everybody, we have 3 minutes to go from hello to yes with Peter. Why? 3 minutes? Because 3 minutes can change your life. What if you had 30 seconds to talk to Tony Robbins? And would it be like, Tony, I love you. You're great. You're wonderful. Can we take a picture? Because that's what I hear virtually everybody say. But how do you create a moment where it's like, wow, for somebody who sees millions of people, how do you show up as congruently unique? Or how about for somebody who sees just dozens of people, hundreds or thousands of people that you want to connect with as an ecosystem partner, perhaps a stage and a microphone? Maybe it's for your book deal, maybe to become a client of yours. So in a 3-minute period, how do you show up as congruently unique? So you open their listening so we don't sound like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. How do you leave that impression? That's what this is all about. And then like, what do we do from there? That's a story for a different day. But in these 3 minutes, Peter will be anybody that you want him to be. Heck, he'll be Oprah Winfrey, Ellen DeGeneres, maybe it'd be Bruce Springsteen, Martin Luther King. He could be King Peter himself, winner of Business Mastery twice, right, in a row. Or, right, he can be just an ideal client avatar, anybody you want him to be. But make it, I'd recommend you do whatever you want, a yes that would matter to you in the world. 3 minutes slow to yes. Who do you want Peter to be? Peter, who's going first?
Follow the same order and go with the amazing Aloha and go with Francis first, if that's good for you, Francis.
Francis, where's your favorite surf break, if I could ask, in Hawaii? And if you don't mind sharing, what's the biggest wave you've ever had the privilege of, taking on?
So my favorite wave right now is Pupukeas, right next to Pipeline. And then the biggest, I guess the other day even, it was like head and a half, maybe almost double overhead.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So huge fan. I've never surfed Hawaii. Look forward to getting out there and would love for us all to connect someday surfing out in Hawaii together. But who would you like Peter to be for today?
That would be amazing. I would like Peter to be my ideal client, but she doesn't think she needs me and my services.
Okay. And what ideal client entrepreneur?
So my ideal client is a female entrepreneur between 25 and 35. They've started a business, maybe two, maybe started and then petered out, and they just never felt supported. And they want success on every level of life, but they're not quite sure how to get it, right? So emotionally and financially, and they want to, right? They want a thriving business, and they also want to be happy.
How about for fun? Let's do this because we can send this to her. How about what if Peter's Mariah Brown? Like, okay. Female entrepreneur. Cool. Peter, would you want to be Mariah?
Sure, I'll be Mariah. Why not?
and hit her,
I've been waiting for the first time I've been asked to be a woman on these, so that's great. Let's do it.
We could say that, like somebody was you on the Real Raw. Mariah was the Unblinded Immersion up on stage hanging out, and now she'll be somebody's actually being her in the Real Raw, and it's Peter. Like, this is fun. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right, please take us in.
It's just to clarify, just to make sure I understand what I'm doing. I want to sell Peter my product. Is that it?
Okay, that's a great question. So thank you. I should have given that clarification. This doesn't have to be like Wolf of Wall Street boiler room, like 3-minute sale. It could be any yes that you want. So it could be you're talking to Mariah, and it could be a 3-minute encounter to take her to a longer session. That could be it also. Cool?
Cool. Got it.
Heart-centered connection, loving connection is what we're looking for, right? Unblinding of your incredible value, power, amazingness, connecting with hers and making a yes happen.
Awesome. Okay. Aloha, Mariah. How are you today? It's so good to see you.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so good. How's your trip to Sedona been? I know you said that was going to be really just eye and heart opening for you. And I know you're going to connect with some incredible members of your Platt family. How is that going for you?
Yeah, there was some beautiful people there, and I managed to get all my notifications turned off and get everyone away from me. It was amazing. Thank you so much for asking.
Awesome. Yeah, I absolutely feel you. I'm the same as you, that I just love connecting with people, and then sometimes just have to take that space and that moment for myself, for sure. Have you been giving more thought? You said you were going to be starting that new business with leading workshops and such. How's that going for you?
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to do, and it's something I'm really, really passionate about. But with everything I've got going on at Prudential and everything I've going on at The Kitchen, there's just so much on my time right now.
Yeah, I completely understand, right? I feel that so many of us, it's like we have more time with COVID, and yet we've definitely filled up those spaces. Absolutely. Well, I would love to be able to support you in any way. So I have a women's group of women entrepreneurs, and I'd love for you to join. So we do weekly Wahine Wednesday, where we feature different inspiring women that are doing amazing things like yourself. And what it really is a space to just connect, be yourself, and be supported and inspired by other female entrepreneurs. And most people like yourself, right? They've started different things, and then they get to a point where it's either they have questions or they just feel alone. So it's been a really incredible community, and I'd love for you to be part of it if that's something that speaks to you and that you feel that you'd be supported by.
Tell me a bit more about it, because I want to be really I want to really look after my time at the moment. I don't want too many things coming into it, and I'm part of all these groups already, and Tony Robbins and all that, so I don't want one too many things. What you're saying sounds amazing. I just don't want one more thing,
I absolutely appreciate you asking me that, because I have experienced the same thing myself, where there's so many amazing things out there, and I I was at a point where I was saying yes, yes, yes to everything. And then I felt like yourself that, oh my gosh, if I don't take a step back, my time isn't going to be my time anymore, right? So I so appreciate that beautiful question. So what it really is a community and a network of female entrepreneurs where we support each other and bring in inspiration to just take us to the next level, right? So whether it's a starting entrepreneur or this is your second, remember you're at your third business already that you're starting, which is really incredible. It's having, right? Like you're amazing, right? But surrounding yourself by other amazing women entrepreneurs and together rising to that next level, together being inspired, together sharing what it is that makes you successful. Someone else shares what makes them successful. And then we all grow exponentially through that.
Beautiful. Well, we can always try it, right? Let's do one and see where we go from there.
Yeah, I'd love to have you join our next Wahine Wednesday. It'd be really great to have you. Thank you so much. You're gonna love it. It's gonna fit right in with what you're doing and the mission and that drive that you have to really serve and give back to people. You're gonna love it.
Francis, awesome job. How'd that feel for you?
For me, it felt great. It felt so good. Yeah.
And what does pipeline normally break at? What's the size of pipeline?
I'm sorry, I don't understand that question.
Yeah, like the wave size of pipeline. I've never.
Pipeline. That I thought you were talking about real raw here still. I'm like, my brain was on another wavelength. Pipe will get easy, like double overhead, triple overhead. I'm not ready for pipe yet. It is a goal of mine to surf it one day or backdoor because I'm regular, not goofy. But that I am not at that level yet.
Wow, amazing. Well, thank you so much. And let's hear what the judges have to say for today. So our judges, Peter, are Diana and Mr. Orange.
Diana, Mr. Orange, and D. Rush.
Rush. Okay. So Diana, what do you have for Francis? 30 seconds, please.
Francis, I loved it. I saw you enjoying yourself and being yourself. So that was excellent. I think you built a very good report. I would say if you would ask another question to identify really what was that challenge for Maria. Was it more time? Was it more enjoyment of what she's already doing? You would have gotten a clearer pain sense that you could then bridge with your unique hero identity, right? Who you really are. That was excellent. When you moved into that, maybe a little more of why are you doing it to really seal it. And then after that, just draw that yes, ask for the yes. You had it. You had Maria already. So great job.
And what score?
I would say, I don't know, that scoring is not my forte, but I can say 9.4. I don't know. What would you say?
Wow, thank you.
dropping in big, Diana. Awesome job. Mr. Orange, Frank Clark, what do you got, brother?
Yeah, Francis, hang on a second. Sorry about that. What I found was you had great fun energy. I mean, you even started the call with aloha, which is an uncommon way to say hello to somebody. You connected right away with the Sedona piece. That was a mutual connection that you had with her. I liked the fact that on 2 occasions you did some validation of her time and her concerns around time. And like Diana, I thought that you could have asked more questions of her and drew her out as to what was important and what mattered to her most. I think you were, talking about your program, which again, you had a lot of great energy with, but it didn't necessarily resonate with her. And it almost felt like it was just a courtesy yes at the end rather than something she was compelled to do. So
what'd you have for a score, Frank?
For a score, I'd give you 7.9.
Thank you so much.
Francis, excellent. I'm going to drop in with some feedback in a little bit, but yeah, King Peter or Mariah, great job, brother.
Yeah, it was an interesting one. I was trying, when you said Sedona, I'm like alt-tabbing to LinkedIn and go, okay, who is it I'm supposed to be again? All right, let's see if I can emulate this person in about 6.5 seconds.
Well,
so Mariah, when you said this,
you and Mariah look relatively similar, no?
Yeah.
So who's up next?
Let's just follow the order and go with should we go with Tiffany next? Yeah, Tiffany.
Tiffany, who would you like Peter to be?
Gosh, so Sean, I'd like to clarify something. So I'm supposed to inquire like with a client, like I think I don't understand what the exercise is. I saw what she did, but I don't think I understand what my choices are.
Yes, you're okay. So ready? Thank you, Tiffany, for that.
Thank
So
you.
this is about that yes frees up the world. You know, on the other side of yes is the relationships that we create, you know, and with significant others, with the creation of a business, with the generation of a client, with what we would call an ecosystem partnership, also known as a strategic alliance, right? On the other side of yes in our leadership is the creation of something.
Okay.
And so this is about going from wherever we are. Could be from hello to yes. It could be from an objection to yes. So it's whatever yes would matter to you in the world. To make it even simple, maybe a client, maybe a speaking engagement, maybe having somebody come on your podcast or your stage. So whatever yes would matter, that would matter to you in the world, Peter can be that avatar or that specific person.
So, well, I've spoken to Peter before. I actually, you know, since this is to illuminate the group of all of our talents, and I'd love to actually speak to you.
Me?
Because
I could be me. Okay, sure.
yeah, you can be you.
Yeah, ready? Take
So
us.
basically, I just have to take you to a yes, and
Yeah.
okay, so well, this is going to be really fun. Hi, Sean.
Hey, Tiffany, how are you? Thank you so much for being here.
You know, we've met a few times. We met at your Unblinded. We also met, I sat behind you at Business Mastery last, I think, January in Florida.
Yes.
We were in the front, and I'm the one that always wears the oils.
Yes, I know. Tiffany.
Yes. And so it's really lovely to just experience you again. And thank you for inviting me on. So I know that you are an impactful leader who's bringing communities together and voices. And I have found for me that I would love to share and experience more of that platform, and also have the ecosystem, the proximity, like we've talked about with peak performance leaders. So like Deborah Driggs is a friend of mine, and, you know, various leaders. And I find that through this time, we've been a little separate, right? So I would love to have a conversation with you, even at another point, about how to bring my message forward. But also, my gift is that I work with peak performers like you, and I'm able to tap into the subtle refinements, like the 2 millimeters that Tony Robbins talks about. So I love being able to come in and just be an intuitive channel for people who are leaders, to help them just integrate at another level. Do you ever work with people to help you up level and integrate?
Yes, I certainly do, and I absolutely believe in everything you're chatting about, for sure. Yeah.
Cool. Are you open to having a conversation or a consultation, if there would be a possibility of where I could just tap into you and your energetic experience and give you some valuable feedback that you might be able to apply to your life immediately to just upgrade and up level?
Well, sure, I would appreciate that. Could I ask this? So, so what's if you could share a little bit more, Tiffany, about your work. So the outcome of the session would be, I'm hearing you, you know, that energy and unlocking. If you could give me a little bit more about, you know, the outcome, that'd be great.
Sure. So typically what I experience with clients is the outcome is I work with people who are so highly refined and they're experts in their field. So for me, I come in and I go, okay, everything's going great. And there's also areas of your life that maybe you haven't put your attention on, or you've compartmentalized or neglected. And you just, you know, what I want to do is help you come into a relationship with all parts of yourself. So what I help people do is I help them come into love and feel what's there, so they can come into all parts and relationship with all parts of self, meaning body, mind, spirit. So let's say somebody's doing really great, but they've got an issue with their son or their daughter, or there's a work issue. So I'm able to go in and expose those issues to bring a more loving relationship with the things that we judge or we want to get rid of. So let's say we go, well, I don't want to feel anger. So I would share with you, well, we're not going to get rid of anything. We're going to get in relationship to all things. So I'm going to help bridge that gap to get into relationships with all that we are so that we can be in more loving acceptance. And so my outcome is to bring people who are already amazing into more unconditional love so that their experiences are more fluid, their bodies are more fluid, their minds are more fluid, and they're able to genuinely relate without the limitation or the blocks that are preventing us from having real unconditional love and oneness. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sounds extraordinary. Final question, because I know we have to jump in a moment. How did you get into all this, and why are you doing all this?
So I'm 47, and I started when I was 24. I got really, really sick, and I had to go on a journey. I was sick and suicidal, and I was not well. So I had to go look 23 years ago to find what was going to give me the tools so that I would, one, want to live here and survive. And then through my own journeying, I started with Reiki at 24, and I continued journeying through energy and coaches and wellness and health and foods to get myself better. And then I found that I had a gift with my hands and my energy and my intuition. And so I've cultivated that and honed in on that for 23 years. I've been working with people for 20 years, and I feel really honored to be able to do this work. I consider myself just an intuitive channel and guide. So I kind of step out of the way, and I just allow the information to flow. So I'm able to impart information where people are like, how do you know this about me? I can tell you, I don't know how I know, but I just know things. So I feel and hear and sense everything about the person in my body. And then I'm able to impart the things that they need to elevate and expand and purify. And then I clear and remove the traumas so that people are more neutralized, so that they can come into that, integrous relationship, what we call, hey, everyone, just love. It's like, okay, well, how do you do that? I mean, it's a word, it's a great word. And it's how do you apply that to not only yourself, but to others. So my outcome for people is to get them in a deep, loving relationship with themselves so that they're just more available to experience themselves in the world and have a higher quality of living.
Tiffany, that sounds amazing. Yes, thank you so much.
So are we going to jump on a call and a consultation so I can just give you some feedback and love on you?
Yes, that would be amazing.
That'd be amazing. I would absolutely be honored.
All right, let's do it. Thank you so much.
I'm excited. Thank you. I look forward to it.
Great job. So D Rush, thank you, Tiffany. What do you have for Tiffany?
Yeah, Tiffany, great energy, presence, initial excitement, fun energy. Loved that. There was connectivity with Sean, got on the same wavelength about past, how we knew each other. What I would suggest, and I think you know your heroic, unique identity, who you are, what value you bring. I would say before going into some of that, you might actually ask Sean a little bit about what's going on in his world to say, like, Sean, I know you're up to big things. What's going on right now? This unblinded thing, like getting him to say a little bit about what's going on, and then ultimately maybe driving towards, like, what are some of his challenges? What's some of his pain? Once you hear that, now we have an access to connect all the rich stuff that you do with what Sean's dealing with. So that would be how I would tweak some of the conversation is, like, let's get Sean's heart on the table, where he's at, and then connect it with that. Other than that, it's clear you do some dynamic work. You come with great presence, great heart, great energy, and all good stuff.
Thank you.
You're right. Great job, brother. How about a score for Tiffany?
Yeah, I'm going to go 8.5.
Right. Diana, from one heart-centered human to another, what do you have for Tiffany?
I love that you brought your heart into the conversation head on. I'm not going to repeat what David said, but I agree with it 100%.
Yeah.
Ask him what is he, where he's at. Talk to him about him before you talk about you.
Yeah, agreed.
Your body language is a little bit like getting in the way sometimes. So when you put your arms under your chin or you put your body behind, that doesn't really connect. You don't have to lean into him, but don't block your heart from his.
Sure.
Just a little more clarity on who is he, where is he going, right? Yeah. And one powerful sentence about you and who are you and why, it's way more potent than 3, 4, 5 sentences. So that is something for you to work on. to consolidate all of that beauty into one powerful, strong statement that will get to his heart, and he'll want to know more. And then I didn't see agreement formation until the end, but when you ask for that, yes, your energy picked up, you perked, you shined, you were happy, you were in fun and magic. So maybe bring that a little earlier and get the yes. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, absolutely amazing.
Awesome. Hey, Diana, you must have been at like some kind of immersive experience around influence, because you're dropping the mic, Diana.
Oh my God. You talked to me last week. It was a different person. So yeah, it was more than immersive. It was more of a rebirth.
No, well, you don't need to be a different person. You are amazing and brought the energy always. So great job, Diana. Great job, Tiffany. Thank you.
Thank you for that feedback. Oh, do I get a score, Diana?
6.7, but I'm gonna say in all truth, I am learning how to score. So I can't say my score is anything. I would listen to D. Rush and Frank for scoring, but just to keep working at it. Keep you know, that diamond can shine even more. So.
I thought it was really interesting when you spoke about yourself and your journey. You actually picked yourself off the chair and adjusted yourself, and you went from this energy, like leaning into the camera, like putting your hands in front of you, which was your, in quotes, business energy, to kind of like really open and fun and playful, which is your personal energy. Yeah. And the rapport then actually connected and the conversation started flowing. But I would almost literally give yourself the fake thing of adjusting yourself in your chair before you do your presentations. The energy was so different as soon as you did it. As soon as you're in your body.
I'm not accustomed to doing things online. So I'm used to being in person with people and, you know, really expressive. And the other thing, and I just want to thank you all because I want to be able to ask the questions. I guess what I was thinking in my head was leave that for the consultation. Don't get too personal, you know, because you don't have a lot of time. So leave that for later. But I 100% agree that it's an important thing to say, okay, how can I serve you first? And, you know, what is it that you're looking for, or how can I add value to your life? So I got a little confused because it's like, okay, how do I share what I do? And then how do I also understand what they're needing? So thank you.
When after a few more people go, I'll drop in and we'll demonstrate precisely that, and you'll feel it because you're amazing. You're amazing. And there's a sequencing of how people hear our message, like open their listening, hear our message, receive it, and act upon it. And we'll share what that looks like because your love and heart is present. A great job.
Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Peter.
We are doing phenomenally well for time integrity, and I take that as a personal goal after the last one of these that I ran where I was terrible. So, Fernando, can you, 3 minutes, who do you want me to be?
Peter, I'd love for you to be Bill Gross.
Like we've gone from like a 30-year-old in Michigan to like specific avatars, just to make it all really easy for me.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So please. And Peter, by the way, I had the unique privilege of serving on the Idea Lab New York board with Bill. So I've been in numerous meetings with like 5 or less people and had him on the podcast. So I'm going to be grading you, Peter, on how closely you model Bill Gross. So we'll have double things going on right now.
Okay. All right.
So
this is Bill.
Bill, how are you? This is Fernando. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
It's a pleasure. I've heard you're doing some great things in the world, but I want to warn you, I've only got 3 minutes till my next meeting.
Got it. Thank you so much. How's it going? I saw your presentation, Business Mastery. How are things going with you?
Yeah, I mean, really well. We're doing a lot of great things. I'm so proud of some of the companies that we've got coming up at the moment. They're really doing some amazing work in some difficult times for people.
I bet. Your presentation of Business Mastery, specifically the information of 390,000 square miles of forestation, new trees, can save the planet. That changed me and my life. And I'd like to ask you, how did you come up with that? How did you come across that number? And and how do you feel that, yeah, please, how to get to that number?
I can only give you the highlight reel in the time we have, but I can tell you that there were some very, very clever scientists, one of which was one of my close friends, a guy called Bob Paxton. Bob looked into those numbers and looked into the deforestation rates, the reforestation rates, oxygenization of the planet. And these things are math, right? Even it doesn't matter how big the problem is or how small the problem is, at the end of the day, they're math problems. So you get 400,000 square miles, give or take, of new trees, then you can start reversing the carbonization of the planet, and you can start fixing some things at some fairly fundamental levels, as I understand it. I wouldn't claim to be the scientist in this, but I work with those people, and I trust them implicitly.
Thank you, got it. Thank you for that. What if you could get, let's say it's 18 months have gone by, and the 390,000 square miles of afforestation are complete. They're done. They were done. What would you say is the chokehold or the challenge, the first challenge that needs to be overcome for that to happen?
I think, I was watching a documentary with David Attenborough the other day. He just opened up his Instagram account, and one of my assistants put it on my desk. And I think he phrased it beautifully. He said, this is a communication challenge more than anything else. Right? If people understand what this is and they understand what it's going to become, then these things should get solved, and they should get solved pretty quickly. Because it sounds like a big number, 400,000 square miles, but it really isn't. When you talk about that, if you talk about like the metrics of the Pacific Ocean or any kind of single landmass, 400,000 square miles isn't actually that big. If we wanted to do this collectively as a planet, this would be done instantly. But Fernando, I don't mean to be rude, but as I said, I'm really pressed for time. What is it, and how is it I can help you?
20 seconds.
Thank you for that. And I respect your time immensely, Bill. I'd like to know if communication, based on your answer, is what needs to happen. I'd like to be the person that makes the communication happen and brings the teams together so that that project is done within 18 months. So what can I do so that that gets done, and I'll put all my effort and energy into it?
I don't know if we've gotten far enough away for me to entrust you with that at this moment, but on the fact that you got time to talk to me, I'm guessing that you are a fairly tenacious guy. So I'll get my assistant to reach out to you, and let's put another call in the book so you can tell me a bit more about who you are and what you're doing in the world. Does that sound good?
Perfect. Wonderful.
Perfect.
I appreciate it so much.
Fernando, excellent. So Peter, Bill Gross's accent is slightly different than yours. So you did a great job, Peter. So Fernando, how did that feel for you?
How did
that feel for you?
Great, wonderful, fantastic.
All right, awesome. And your heart was so present, Fernando. I could feel the level at which you are inspired by Bill Gross. Beautiful. And let's hit it with some orange energy and see what Mr. Frank Clark has to say. Frank.
Yeah, Fernando, I felt that energy also. It was definitely something you're passionate about, and that was very evident. Also, indicated you listen greater than like just surface type of level, because we're specific about the 390,000 square miles of trees. You brought that up again, which is key. You also asked a lot of open-ended questions, not things that would be answered with a yes or no. So you got them engaged in talking a little bit. The piece that I found towards the end of the conversation, you seem to be a little bit more head than heart. You got a little bit away from yourself as far as just the energy. It dipped just a little bit. And you never really identified your unique identity, your heroic identity, or how you could possibly get Peter to be more into the merging a type of an ecosystem or some great benefit to him. You drew it out of him, but I think you could have dropped in a little bit more of yourself, so you weren't rushed at the end. But otherwise, it was excellent. I'll give you a 9 for score.
Excellent job. D. Rush, what do you have?
Yeah, also echo the energy. I was even just looking at the first moments of the conversation where you asked a question and he talked about his companies talked about the difficult times, that might have even been an opportunity to just dig a little bit deeper before going into the numbers and what you saw of him. It might have built that rapport, that connection on another level, and it might have led to like what's going on in your world these days. But I love the direct segue to what was important to you, and you might wrap that in later on and dig a little bit further when you get to that point. And then the transitions, I would just say like maybe it's at some point, well, would it be okay if I shared a little bit about what I'm up to? Or the ask was, I want to do this for you. It might be, could we set up a time so I could demonstrate what might be possible? Might have been a lighter ask, so that then it could be, yeah, let's open up the conversation a little bit further. Everything said, like passion, energy, clarity, I thought you were there. Just some of the transitions and elaboration and the questioning could have gone a little bit deeper.
Nice job, D. Rush. Excellent. Did you have a score? I'm sorry.
Yeah, 8.5. My dog is barking in the background. I apologize. She's got the zoomies right now.
Yeah, actually, it's awesome. So, Fernando, everybody, I'll drop in a moment after next round with a couple quick thoughts, but I would always make it a simple ask. So if you're going to a guy like Bill Gross, and you're like, hey, Bill, like, tell me, like, what do you think I should do for you? You know, he's like, dude, I don't have time to even think about, I'm saving the world. I'm taking like carbon out of the atmosphere. You know, I'm putting, you know, with heliogen and carbon capture, and we're like changing, like, you tell me, what can you do for me? You know, like, so small, like specific asks with a clear plan. Does that make sense, Fernando?
Thank you. Yes, it does, Sean. Thank you.
Awesome, brother. King Peter, any thoughts so far, and just an overview of like what patterns you're seeing?
I think there's a lot of amazing love, but I think one of the things that we've talked about quite often that could be a point of optimization for people is getting that heroic, unique identity much earlier in the conversation, not much later in the conversation. Yeah. Because the other side to me with Fernando would have been, who are you? What do you want? What's going on? Like, I haven't got a reason to carry on that conversation. And I think most people are polite enough not to do it. But if you're going to aim at that level of person, you better engage them in the first 5 seconds. And Fernando, I've spoken to you. Like, you at Business Master, you decided to walk away from a successful real estate investment business because you want children to be able to breathe in 15 years. Like, that is a mic drop moment that wasn't on that 3-minute conversation. But I'm a harsh judge, which is why people don't ask me to judge.
We call you King Peter Simon Callan. Who's next?
We have Maria next.
Maria, who would you like Peter to be, please? And welcome again.
I think, like, I don't know, I'm new on this, but I don't know if you can be like a seller advisor. I don't know if, because like it's first time that I have done this. So I don't know if you can be like a seller advisor. Can you be that or not?
Yes. So I can be anything you want me to be. So what is it I do for a living?
Coach. I'm a life coach.
No, what do I do in this role play?
You teach how to sell.
Oh, amazing. Yes. So,
Well,
right. So can you teach people how to sell?
Okay.
And Maria, take us in 3 minutes, please.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
I'm great, Maria. How are you?
Great, great. So like I approach you because I really want advices from you. And one of the advices is that I want to sell like massively in my business. So can you give me an advice?
Amazing. So what is it you do for a living? And sure, if I can add any value in 3 minutes, I will happily do so.
Okay. I'm life coach. I sell online courses in Spanish. But one of the things that I'm struggling is that I don't know how to sell so much. So I have a seller, but I wanna learn how to sell because I'm just like right now I'm coach. Before I was TV host and model, and I was not selling at all. Like I was not businesswoman. So right now I really want like a powerful advice that after these 3 minutes I can sell anything.
I guess if I try and wrap it up into 3 minutes, I would say understand math, be tenacious and stay in integrity and be the wonderful, amazing person you are. If you do those three things, I think you'll find things go well.
Okay, so how in Spanish we say like, how do you eat that? How do you become that?
Well, I know this amazing guy who teaches a lot of this stuff. He's a guy called Swain. He can be a little bit wacky at times, but as a general rule, I would say if I wanted to learn influence and sales mastery, I can't think of anyone I would rather put you in touch with than him. So I might not be the right person for you, but I think he would be.
Okay, thank you. So, but the 3 minutes are not yet finished, right?
Yeah, we've got some more time until my next call. So where have you come from? What have you done in the world?
I come from Venezuela. I was living in Venezuela and I had like a really hard story in there. So after that, I went to Portugal, 2 years. I started to build my online business. And right now, like I'm a little bit like new on business, but it's doing great.
20 seconds.
Spanish. What?
20 seconds to go.
Okay.
And where are you based now, Maria?
What?
Where are you in the world
Right
now?
now, I'm digital nomad. I'm in Miami Beach. So yeah, I'm planning to move in October to another apartment.
Ah, phenomenal. Well, I'm glad to have made your acquaintance. As I said, look up that guy called Swain. He knows a thing or two about influence and sales mastery.
Thank you so much.
Great job, Maria. Yes, thank you, Maria. How'd that feel for you?
Well, like, honestly, I don't know what is this about, but it's great because I'm learning. So I don't know if like those 3 minutes are about something special. So that's why, like,
yeah. So can we demonstrate? It's about going from hello to yes. So however you get there. So let's take it from what is the yes that you are seeking in the world? You want to coach people to life people, right?
Yes, like I'm coach, but I really wanna sell so many courses online in Spanish. Yes, that's what I wanna do.
So a yes that you might be seeking in the world would be
the purpose,
it's the how you get to a yes. So let's say that it's Tiffany and you want Tiffany to help let's go Tiffany, and let's say you want Tiffany, you want to do a speaking engagement to Tiffany's people on Facebook. So let's go with that. I'll be Maria. Hey Tiffany, how are you? And wow, that was like so cool connecting with you on that Real Raw thing. Did you even know what was going on there? I didn't even know what it was. Did you?
Tiffany, right?
Yes, Tiffany. Yeah.
Wait.
He's Maria.
Yeah, I'm Maria and you're Tiffany. You out there?
Wait, do you want, you're talking to me. Oh, okay, I thought you wanted her to be me.
No. I'm gonna be Maria and you're you. So
okay.
Tiffany, yeah, like what did you like? Yeah, like how was that for you? And what was all that?
Oh, it was absolutely amazing. There was so much amazing feedback and insights, and I took a lot of valuable tips just to refine my ability to communicate, to be heard, and also to listen. So it was really amazing. Yeah, I loved it.
And you're such a great communicator. I could feel how articulate you are, how intentional you are, and your just heart comes across. And it was a pleasure to experience you there. So thank you.
It was, oh my God, it was such my honor. And it's funny, I do know Maria and we have worked together, and I just have such a love and affection for her. And I actually asked her prior to the call, which intuitively, psychically, I knew she was going to be on the call, to get on a call with me and show me how to do what she's doing in the world, because she does have a really amazing system of selling. And so she is up leveling it. So I'm just so impressed with everyone here, and thank you all for including.
But I'm Maria, so thank you for the compliments.
Oh, yeah, you're sorry, you're Maria. You are just like incredible, and I love your light and your tenacity and your fortitude and your passion. And just like one thing I love about you since knowing you is that you're just a go-getter. So that like will reap just such great rewards in the world.
Thank you. And so Tiffany, what I understand you to be up to is connecting people with their hearts so that they're fully experiencing their life.
Yes.
And people are just so often just a little bit away from that in their relationships and their business. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
That's absolutely 100% correct. Yes. Thank you for picking up what I'm putting down.
Thank you. And so as you're building this and growing this, are there things that, what are the type of people you're looking to connect with? I mean, you said beautiful things about me. Thank you, as Maria. Who are you looking to connect with and partner with in the world as you grow your business?
I'm looking to partner with leaders such as Maria, Sean, Peter, other light workers and people who are really setting a foundation to create massive transformation in a very accelerated way. So larger platforms that influence, I'd say more the 1 percentile of the planet, people who are really excited to go from A to Z and in a really fluid way that we can help raise the planet up to this loving, listening, integrative authenticity of relationship.
So thank you, Tiffany. As you know, I'm up to impacting folks to support them and stepping into their light and their acceleration, right? And thank you so much for those beautiful acknowledgments. And what I was wondering is, I think so often people have these big dreams and visions, but I just want to make progress. So I was wondering how you feel about, in light of the beautiful things you said about me and how I'm feeling about you. Would you want to do just a small speaking engagement where you're responsible for bringing together just 5 people, and I would bring together 5 people, and you might cover the heart-centered light work that you're doing, the energy work, and I would share some things in the space of acceleration and life coaching and goal setting. Would that be something you'd be interested in doing together?
100%, absolutely complimentary. I would indeed love to be part of that.
Okay, so I'll pause. So thank you, Tiffany. Great job. Maria, that was me as you.
Oh
And
my
it was going from, was that who you are, Maria?
what she said?
Yeah, like the way that I was portraying you, is that who you are in the world?
Yes, what you said, right?
Yes.
Yes, like also like what she said touches my heart. Thank you so much. And what you did, oh my God, it was amazing because first you started like asking her a lot of questions, then you appreciated her soul. I don't know, like.
Yeah, the power of authentic, integrous acknowledgement, the depth of what we call level 5 listening. That's what you hear that sound? That's beautiful. Wow. That's what it does. It connects at a heart level, and then we have to say less, right? Because we've conveyed so much of who we are through the depth of our listening, through our love of people, unconditionally with boundaries, right? Wow. And through the heart-centeredness of how we're acknowledging. And that's what we're unpacking here. How those connections are made and people say yes versus, so what I'm doing is, yep. Right? That's not what anybody did here. I'm not saying that, but that's the opposite of that. So it's integrous, heart-centered connection, and that's what it looks like. So, wow.
Sean, can I say something? I want to say that it felt so easy to say, hey, let's collaborate and make a merger of our unique talents and community. It just felt so easy and authentic. So I'm going to go back and rewatch this because it was just like, it just was so fluid. And I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's what we're doing here at Unblinded. So thank you so much. I think who's up for judging? I want to make sure I didn't lose. Is it D-Rush or is it Diana?
Diana. Yeah.
Diana. So what did you have for Maria, Diana?
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat because some of it got covered by your demonstration. So I'm going to add value to say, hey, Maria, amazing job because you are it. You have the embodiment of who you are, and that travels fast, right? So if anything, I would say before a conversation, you have this amazing person with you, 3 minutes. What do you want out of it? what is your outcome in your mind, in your vision? What's your dream? It doesn't need to be, I want this, I want to make it happen, because eventually you're going to let go of that and not be attached. If it happens or it doesn't, it's okay. And that's the magic trick. But if you don't have that clarity first of what would be ideal, that small specific ask, is it get together for coffee, talk some more? Because you didn't have that, he sent you to somebody else. So just thinking that, putting that in your heart and then letting it go. And Tiffany, you know what I'm talking about, because this is on an energy level. You let it go. You say, if he doesn't say yes, it's okay, I'll take it somewhere else. But at least you have the clarity of what you want as the best possible outcome. And then everything else that Sean just did, definitely, yes.
And awesome job. And I know it's not your favorite, but do you have a score?
Yeah, I gave Maria the score of 5.7, just because I thought the elements were out of order and all of that. But I think if she would be doing it again right now after she saw you, it would skyrocket. So.
And your beautiful feedback. Awesome job, Diana. Mr. Orange.
Yeah, Maria, again, beautiful energy. You embody that throughout the entire conversation. When you were talking with Peter, again, the goal is to get from hello to yes. And your yes in this particular case was to get some advice on how to improve your selling skills. It wasn't necessarily about promoting your business. It was about getting the yes that you needed. And so I thought that you were good about engaging with Peter to draw him out as to get questions answered. I also felt that, you how can I say this? Yeah, I'm just going to say it flowed really, really easily from you. Again, I thought you had great energy with him, and I thought you were effective at what you needed to do. Again, you tended to hesitate a little bit towards the end, but I think maybe that's a language issue. You're trying to put things into Spanish, and so, that one might have been a little bit of a disconnect. But again, the energy was totally there. And you did get a yes. You got the answers that you needed. So, a mission accomplished for what you needed to do. So from that standpoint, I give you an 8.0.
All right, good job, Frank. Great job again, Maria. Peter.
I thought Maria. I mean, you're amazing. I think as I think Diana said it absolutely perfectly. It's walking with an intention, not from a sake of manipulation, for the sake of love and integrity, but knowing what you want from the call. Can then inform everything that comes after it. And I would just like to say that your English is a lot better than my Spanish. So,
and Peter, it is way better than my Spanish, and I took Spanish for about 7 years. And so, yes, we honor that in a big way, Maria.
Thank you. But I have another question to Diana. When she said the outcome is the outcome of the goal, or when what is that about? The outcome without being attached.
Okay.
That's what I want to know.
Great question. The outcome in the example Sean and Tiffany gave us was a speaking engagement, a collaborate talk, Facebook Live, something, right? That was the outcome.
Okay.
Is that clear? Like, what is the objective? If you could have it your way after this call, what would it be? What would happen at the end? Is it coffee? Is it another meeting? Is it a collaboration? Is it a book deal? What is it, right? But then what we called, and thanks to Sean for this language, micro distinction, right? We call this scarcity. Scarcity, not the way we understand it in Spanish, not enough. We don't have enough. Scarcity, what I call now the real scarcity, is that you're not attached to the outcome. So if he were to say no, if Tiffany said, no, I don't want to collaborate, in your heart, you're okay with it. And since you walk away into that meeting with that clarity that if she doesn't, maybe because it's not meant to be, maybe because somebody else better is out there for me somewhere. So you're not so struggling inside. I need it to happen, because that closes the energy and then it doesn't happen somehow. It puts you in a place of need and so tight. But when you let it go, if it's not a yes, it's okay, then it happens. Is that accurate, Sean?
Diana, it's so accurate. I'm sitting here shaking my head in gratitude
that
we're sitting in a space that I can't believe. D-Rush, Frank, Diana, you, feedback you're giving, Peter, like of the embracing of the formula and what we're doing in the world is incredible. And these incredible guests, you know, I mean, Tiffany, Francis, Fernando, Maria, like this is what it looks like. And I'm incredibly grateful. And yes, Diana, that was amazing.
Maria, you did amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm learning so much and I'm so thankful of being here because Sean, I admire you so much. Oh my God, you are amazing.
Well, you are as well, Maria, and thank you. So this is an amazing group of people. Thank you.
Thank you.
Peter, we're having fun, brother. And thank you, because this doesn't happen without you, man. And
and vice versa, John. It doesn't happen without the stage and the integrity. And as I said, we met a year ago, and you know I can track the moments of where life changed for myself.
Peter is doing work for my firm, and we're expanding in other ways. And I mean, this man is drop the mic brilliant. I so love talking to you, Peter, and everything you stand for, and you're just brilliant, man. So thank you.
Thanks, Sean. I really appreciate it. I like multiplying what people do with digital. So if it's good people doing good things, you can help them do great things with great people in great ways.
Awesome.
I think we're at a wrap, Sean. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for making the time, and thank you for playing full out. It's been a really, really great session. I loved it. That's a great energy.
Yeah.
Peter, can I ask a question?
Oh, yeah, and then we'll drop out. But yeah, go.
Oh, sure. So this was so like beautiful. I would love to know how we can all stay in touch and maybe even commence the conversations further with some of the like Diana and some of Frank and just D-Rush and all the beauty and this beautiful Hawaiian goddess, how we can continue to just share and see if there are future connections or collaborations or conversations.
Well, I'll share people's contact details, but Sean, I think the huddle is kind of the starting place for that, isn't it?
Yeah, so we do a daily, Tiffany and everybody, we do a huddle daily, and we'll put that in the link. It's unblindedhuddle.com.
Cool.
And we have all sorts of different things that people connect on. We have groups of 10 by 10s. We have the ability to do Real Raws, other programs. So yes, there is a very integrated model of how we're accelerating. And this is, for Tiffany, everybody's edification, this is about the 220th. We just recounted, I forget the exact number, but it's more than 220 Real Raws that we've done.
Wow.
And I mean, there's like, we do these every day. We're going to run 100 Real Raws like this in the month of October. And a year from today, the goal for me is to run thousands. It's running hundreds a day of people connecting, learning the formula, doing things together. So yes, we'll have more contact info and everything to do from here, Tiffany. And thank you for that.
I'm excited because you and I are going to have a conversation after this and some point, maybe in the next week. I'm going to have Peter give you my info because I really do want to share intuitive conversation with you. And Peter, I just want to say thank you for remembering me from Business Master. You're such a badass. And I just love you. And I look forward to having a conversation with you too again sometime. So, and Diana and everybody that was on, thank you. Your energy, and Maria, like, thank you for your energy and holding space and your.
And my last shout out is Diana. Thank you for dropping in last minute as a judge with about 5 minutes notice and covering a gap. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. I appreciate all of you, Sean, all the judges, all the contestants. Thank you so much.
Great job.
Thank you all. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
everyone. Cheers.
Thanks, everyone.